Yo, we're back. We're hanging. We're chilling, finishing off Raw with the Raw Watch-Along Yeet. So, yeah, we're picking it back up with Sheamus versus Grayson Waller. Got us at the, oh, shit, it just went out on me. I just went to the, like, remember the old screensaver? Old screensavers back in the day? Like that for Roku? Whoops. Yeah, there we go. And I'm seeing that shillelagh pose you're talking about.
All right, so now we got to sync up. So what is the... I'm still paused at 1:19:30 left in the show. So either if you want to get back to that, or I can get to where you're paused at.
It'd probably be easier to do that. I'm at 1:19:27.
You are at 1:19:27?
Yeah, for time left.
All right. Well, you hit play, and then I will count to 3, and then I will hit play.
All right, sounds good. So we got Lab Rat and Gam with us, pal. Whoop, whoop. All right. I'll hit play at the countdown. On play in 3, 2, 1, play. Damn
3,
it.
2, what? No? Yes? No? And then I hit play and it doesn't play.
Yep.
It's going to be close enough. Yeah, it's like, it's hard to see. The way Netflix has their thing set up, it's easier to see the time left than it is the time that you're at. So, like right now, mine's at like 1:19:0. That's how mine was at.
We're going to remember you as the guy.
Did you hear about that? Netflix is picking up Sesame Street.
Yep. Yeah, it's I think it's an abomination that paid networks have Sesame Street. The whole idea of that was to be a public program for education.
Well, I'm happy we can remind you.
So just like everything else, it's like the
I learned something about you. What
private education.
The most insanely placed tattoo in the history, let alone everything going on down yonder. And then the thought of, look at Charles Robinson, who has seen everything in the business. He was disgusted by John Cena slopping JR's barbecue sauce.
Barbecue sauce. Barbecue sauce.
But the tattoo, Bulge will say, in the athleticism that you showcase here in Greenville will be remembered during your Hall of Fame ceremony, pal.
Yeah, well, this was absolutely disgusting. I have to admit that it wasn't one of my finest moments.
You're the main eventer, though, Cole. Never forget it.
But I would say that I didn't have to.
It'll still be on PBS though. I mean, I thought it wasn't. I thought that's the whole reason that it went to HBO anyway.
What embarrassing enough.
Oh, God, I saw that.
So I'm just trying to make sure we're all on the same page here.
Yeah, what's up, Liz?
Sure, that's what you want. Yes. Okay. Medical says you're clear, so next week I will give you your match one-on-one with Rusev. Good luck.
It's going to need a lot more than luck.
Well, it sounds like stuff is happening on Raw where I'm stuck still with commercials. Isn't that crazy?
Frankly,
The show's over and I still have commercials.
Wow.
He isn't.
Seriously, Netflix owes me.
Yeah, that's fucked.
What do you want anyway?
Pierce, I know the Creeds have their
It takes
big
several
tag
hours
championship match next
for them
week.
to get rid of the
But what
commercials
about
on
me?
this replay.
What about Gable? I'm here to talk Money in the Bank qualifying matches for myself, and I do not. What do you got?
I could have swore we already had this conversation.
Yeah, does anybody knock around here? What's going on, man? I'm just going to talk to you a little bit. We got that super great tag championship match with you boys.
One championship.
Nothing personal, nothing personal, but those
Two
championships are
championships.
coming with my team next week.
Okay, maybe not. But the one thing that we can all agree upon is the fact that we don't want the Raiders to win. Nobody does.
All right, I'm definitely not synced up.
Good talk. How about we
So
take
what
it
is
anywhere
your
from here?
clock say on the time
Sounds like
remaining?
it smelled like a
midlife crisis in here anyway. Yeah, man, we out here, bro.
Oh, I'm fucking this up. I'm at 1:12:51.
1:12:50. How the fuck did you get 3 minutes ahead?
I don't know. Hang on, I'm off.
Nothing personal, but those
Okay, I'm at 1:13:11.
Good evening, gents.
Yo, what's up? Yeah, I don't know what.
Where you up to?
Trying to get this, trying to get our raw feed synced up, but it's not going too well.
Yeah, no, that's why I was asking. We're about to you guys exactly.
See, my time remaining is 1 hour 13 minutes and 11 seconds.
1 hour 15 minutes.
Are you
and 30
paused on
seconds?
it?
Yes, paused on it.
Okay, hold on. Well, it's never going to stay synced up because if you're skipping commercials, then I'm just going to have to like move the thing ahead myself to catch up with you guys. So right now I'm seeing New Day and American Made or whatever standing there.
Yes.
All right. So is everybody ready to hit play now at 1:13:11 remaining?
Go for it. Go for it. I'll be cool. I'll get there.
All right. Play in 3, 2, 1. Play.
Championships are coming with my team next week. Okay, maybe not. But the one thing that we can all agree upon is the fact that we don't want the Raiders to win. Nobody does, right? Yeah, good talk. How about we take it anywhere but here? Thank you. It sounds great because it smells like a midlife crisis in here anyway. Yeah, man, we out here, bro. Thank God for the new day. That's all it is.
took his glasses. I feel sorry for Adam Pearce. And I sort of feel sorry for Grayson Waller tonight, too, one-on-one with Shane.
So we're still doing that thing where everybody has to stand in the ring with their dicks in their hand while they run backstage vignettes, huh?
Third time tonight.
It's so bad.
First time ever tonight.
And they stopped doing it for a while.
On Monday Night Raw. Again, this match was originally scheduled 2 weeks ago. Grayson Waller just smacked Sheamus in the mouth. And Waller would have tricked Theory into taking the match up. Theory would stay back on his.
You guys said you started at 1:13, correct?
You were saying moments ago that Waller is unique.
1:13 remaining.
Yeah,
Oh,
he smacked Sheamus in the mouth right there. I don't know if he's
Now it
thinking about
is
running or thinking about taking the fight to Sheamus, but everybody has a plan.
1:11, 55, 54, 53, 52,
Right, headlock by
51.
Grayson Waller, the uber athletic Waller. They should try to stick and move. Inevitably end up good for a big man flyer. Grayson knows that he's figuring it out. Sheamus in the interview with the Daily Mail talked about how he was quite gutted for not being part of WrestleMania this year. He said he is so passionate about his job, that he's in the best shape of his life, of his career.
I like those little things that Sheamus does, like grinding his forearms into
Dude,
the
I'm
forehead.
exactly where you're at, Vic. Exactly at the same point.
Out of the ring. And he feels honored to get the opportunity
How do you know?
to wrestle in the WWE.
Because you said about the grinding.
He treats
As
it
you
that
said
way.
that,
He
that's
wants
exactly
to
what was
have-
happening.
Take down by Grayson and Waller. He wants to know if you can handle it as much as he can. I was in the ring with a man in a similar style. And you saw the bruises still showing up on your body tonight. Yeah, but I could tell in there, like, they just want to know if you got it. That's what they're looking for.
The hell is that?
James just enjoys the fight. He enjoys the brawl. Waller was a cheap shot as the official Jessica Carr was backing Sheamus out of the way. Grayson Waller. Oh! Break the midsection. Went for another hip toss. Sheamus not allowing it to happen. Great block by the Celtic Warrior.
Sheamus making him work for it.
Yeah.
Slap. Drops Waller. I think he kind of palmed him a little bit there, too. Right on the jaw, right on the butt.
Now Waller's not a small guy,
Still after the
He's not. He
but
actually isn't.
but Sheamus still
clear, the
is like, yeah, you're not Irish whipping me, you're not hip tossing me, you know, and that's why it looks ridiculous when other people do it. Like any DIY match, you know, any of those guys that do that kind of stuff, like it looks ridiculous when they just work same size with another guy.
Making some.
Waller closer to Sheamus's size than those guys are to other guys, and he's still not able to. Like, Sheamus is like, I'm not even going to let you whip me off.
He's supposed to be your body, Austin. What are we doing here?
Austin just asked if he was good, man. Exact quote.
There's Theory.
It's a distraction, maybe, by Theory. He said,
It's
right off our announce table is Grayson Waller.
Oh, now he's throwing him around.
entering the ring.
Just as I praise Sheamus for protecting himself.
Those are the icons.
I'm really interested to see what this relationship with Theory and Waller is, because
There's Waller sucks in, and now Austin Theory's name gets changed.
Theory's making a lot of strange facial expressions out here as you watch him Waller go after Sheamus. So Theory's the reason
Why is the crowd chanting for Austin Theory?
Loving the fact that Austin's name's getting chanted.
I don't know.
He needs to pay attention to the fact that Sheamus
Man,
is
Because they
Just
think,
the
because they don't like Grayson Waller, so they want Austin to turn on him.
That Brett. Austin dressing like the American males. American males. American males. Remember that? With Scotty Riggs.
shots to the chest of Grayson Waller.
That theme was great.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. WCW themes are so underrated, man, in some ways.
Wasn't a lot of them just Jimmy Hart?
Yeah, most of them, 90% of them were all Jimmy Hart, man. He never put on that sort of fucking, those sort of tunes. The thing about him, between his WWE themes and his WCW ones, they sound completely different. Like, you could literally, it sounds more WWF-ish, if you know what I mean, compared to WCW's themes, where it's typical WCW, if you get what I mean.
From Grayson Waller. He is a bit arrogant, is what some people are.
Man, is it just me, or does it look like Sheamus, like, he sweats so much, man. By the end of the match, by the end of any match against the youngest whippersnapper, he just looks so gassed, man.
Well, in fairness to Sheamus, he's always sweated.
True.
It's nothing new.
He's literally powering up. Through it all. You know, the deeper the match goes, the longer it goes. Sheamus just continues to build momentum. Seems like he gets stronger and stronger.
You know, I think that actually hurt Waller a little bit, man. If you notice, he was tapping, like, to, like, not obviously tap out to the match, but, like, take it easy almost.
Punishing Waller here. Look at the power. Like a sack of leaves carrying him on his back.
Tossing him across the ring. I think Waller weighs more than a sack of leaves, but I get your point.
Oh, that's what I'm saying.
Let's see this one. That's the double smile pack. And I believe that's the Terminator style when you put both fingers in.
Is there from Sheamus to Grayson Waller.
Still fighting back. Sheamus knocked out to the apron. This is all fighting tonight.
This is Sheamus's. Insane, really the same.
Yeah, that's quite the effect that Sheamus is usually having. Sheamus now on the apron.
Ooh!
He's dropped him off the top rope.
Looked like his head caught the top rope.
Wait, who you talking about, Waller?
And now I believe Waller's going to get overpayment here. Waller speaks at the heart.
I feel like that was a necessary
Brandon, what's your counter at again? The time remaining? Where's it currently at?
1:01:30.
Jesus Christ. So it doesn't go through, it just it just pauses the show for me to run the ads.
Yeah.
So now I'm 3
Literally.
minutes behind again.
Wow. So you're still... I think I'm a little bit behind Brandon, for example. Just a little bit. Is the match over for you, Brandon?
No, yeah, he's lining up for the kick. Yeah, he's about to get the 3 count.
I can't get over the fact that Austin Theory call it like it is. Laughing at his funny Waller getting beat here tonight.
Yeah, he sidetracks Waller up for this match. He's trying to
Okay, no, I didn't.
the motivational speech about not quitting it.
Costa. Waller, any chance of getting it in for the Sheamus.
At least it was thinking about leaving them in the whole company.
What? Yeah, okay. I saw the replay now. What the hell was Sheamus even doing with Waller on that apron move? What the fuck was that? He's just trying to make shit up?
I don't know what to say about that, man. It looked weird.
Jack.
Way more disciplined, strict, and built much better than Fun.
So this is a big week because two friends of WWE, Tyrese Halliburton of the Indiana Pacers, Jalen Brunson of the New York Knicks, massive WWE fans. Face-off starting Wednesday night, the Eastern Conference Finals of the NBA playoffs. Pat from Indiana, I'm a massive New York Knicks fan all the way back in 73, 70 years old. I was at the Garden watching the Knicks last championship win with Pat. I think we're going to make a bet on this.
That's right. The Pacers win. Michael Cole would do an entire Raw in a tank top. And if the Knicks
Really?
win,
They're
which
talking
they
to
will,
Halliburton?
Pacers in 5, maybe 6. We'll see.
What are you going to dress in?
I'll wear a full suit.
Give me Stephen P. New, pal.
Earlier on today, Pat and I had the opportunity to talk to Tyrese Halliburton, the Pacers, via satellite from Indianapolis. Welcome again, Tyrese. And, you know, I've been in these top secret recording sessions over the past couple of months, lending my voice to a very special character in the 2K video game.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Breaking news. Tyrese Halliburton will be a part of the Dunks and Destruction package with the WWE
What the
2K25 video game later this year. Congrats to you, Tyrese. This has to be a dream come true, my brother.
Yeah, no, I'm really
Shit, man.
excited. Obviously, I got the opportunity to come and be in the Garden and experience that, get in the ring a little bit. So I'm excited about
Tyrese
being a
Halliburton.
character in the game, and yeah,
In
it's gonna be super cool.
2K25?
Wait. In the WWE 2K25?
That's
I
what
did
they're
hear
talking
that.
about.
Yep.
Yeah.
So he's going to be the celebrity fucking... Because I've got the season pass, for example, right, on the 2K25. And they just released the first DLC, except for one, which was missing, which was the celebrity, the special celebrity that's going to be part of it. So I guess he's the
Yeah, I
one.
mean, I knew
in the
that,
first pack of the
you know,
DLC.
we would probably have to see the Knicks again down the line.
I'm
after
not going
that
to use fucking
series last
Tyrese
year,
Halliburton.
and
I'm like,
I didn't
come
know
on.
when, but I knew it happened.
Can you hit the MJF you fucking mark drop on yourself?
Obviously, this is a special rivalry that I'm excited to be a part of, and
There you go.
adding chapters to it. So I'm looking forward to it.
I love that we got both voices in this interview thus far. I also love
That's
the
for
fact
me,
that you're in
that
the video game WWE, and he has his own commemorative merch right now at WWEshop.com.
And he has
You
merch.
got merch. You're in a video game now.
What?
In the near future, obviously, there's rivalry with the New
Did
York.
Tyrese Halliburton do
Hatred.
something already in the ring?
How
Was
does
that like
it
last
feel?
year or the year
With
before?
Brunson,
Like,
Yeah.
ironically,
On the Knicks and
from New
Eastern
York
Conference.
Knicks.
but
Yeah,
Did
obviously,
they
this
do
is,
anything physical? I don't
special
remember.
rivalry dating back to the 90s. You know,
No,
Or did they just
no.
talk shit?
Yeah, they
I don't
were face
remember.
to face. One of them got a chair and ran the other one out. Like they were teasing about fighting, but they didn't really lay hands on each other.
Competitive series, and now understanding the hatred between.
Oh yeah, and then when it was these two teams going to the conference finals, Triple H tweeted something out like almost like we wrote it.
Yeah, well, that's why it's ironic for WWE. It actually works for them. They'll be absolutely over the moon over that.
Oh, shut
Well,
up.
fuck.
Except
Are they gonna have Omos like suit up and sit on the bench for the fucking Pacers then? Like, come on.
They might as well.
Why not?
Yeah.
That's the equivalent of what you're basically saying. Like, it's not like you have to put him in the game, but he should at least put the warm-up suit and the gear on and sit on the bench. Honorary Pacer for tonight.
100%.
Shit.
After that series as well. So I would love to say Logan, but I know where my heart lays right now. I know where I'm standing. 4 letters, 1 word.
Shout out to Jago too, because he's a Pacers guy, so he's over the moon.
Tyrese, congratulations and good luck in the Eastern Conference Finals on Wednesday night.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, good job giving that kid tickets in a first-class tickets and a suite in a hotel in Indianapolis for a month.
All on Pat's show today.
Yeah, you did that though, out of your pocket, my show. You're a good man.
I think you should pay for it.
No. Good luck, Tyrese.
Yeah, Pat, you should pay for it. Nonetheless, Pat and I will be ringside Saturday night on NBC.
I can't stand how Cole literally sucks friggin' McAfee's friggin' dick, man. Like, just overkill, man, every week.
Saturday night.
So, Jimmy, I don't watch basketball because it sucks. So, like, can you give me an equivalent of if Tyrese Halliburton is in 2K25? Can you give me an equivalent of like if a good NBA player from the 90s was in like WWF Attitude for the PlayStation? Like what would be the Tyrese Halliburton version of that in the 90s? Who would they have put in the game?
For
Charles
anyone that doesn't know,
Dennis Rodman.
Charles Barkley. No way. Hell no. No, wait. Look, in today's NBA, he's one of the best players, right, in the league.
Right.
Right, but I don't rate him compared to the 90s, say, for example.
Right, but I'm just saying, yeah, who would you put, who's the Tyrese Halliburton of the 90s that would have been in a wrestling video game as a guest character? And not any of the basketball, like, I don't want to say Dennis Rodman or Karl Malone and the basketball players that actually, or Shaquille O'Neal, but like, who's the equivalent?
That's what I'm thinking. I would say
between Logan Paul and defending world heavyweight champion Jey Uso.
Horace Grant.
But with others,
Really?
That's what I think anyway, personally.
Interesting.
That's my opinion. That's my opinion. You know what I mean? Even
It would be awesome too to have Horace Grant in a wrestling game, and then you go to do the eye poke and he doesn't, like it doesn't work.
100%. That would be fun. That'd be funny. Do you mean Stockton, Labrat? Stockton is better in my opinion.
John Stockton.
And he's a lot smaller. And achieved way more anyway. Like, you know what I mean? What has Halliburton done yet? You could even arguably say Reggie Miller, right? In some ways, right? But Reggie even was on a different level to me. Like, you know what I mean?
All those guys are better. Every
That's
single
what I'm saying.
every bench player in the 90s is better than most of the starters today. I'm just saying. I'm thinking more like not necessarily the skill, but the fame equivalent.
Yeah,
like as far as
definitely.
the face of the league or whatever, who you would put in as a celebrity.
He's definitely not the.
Horace
face of the
Grant was
league.
never. Horace Grant never had any like endorsement deals that were like
None
major
of
or
that,
something.
but you knew who he was, though. Like, you know what I mean?
Courtesy for someone I thought I had respect for.
But there's nothing nowhere near to me like on the Barkley or Shaq or any of those guys' levels in terms of even fame. In my opinion.
Well, basically, those guys would get their own video games.
Well, yeah, and they did actually. Funny enough.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, absolutely.
If you were big enough of a star, then you would get your own video game. Whether it's
100%.
Shut Up and Jam or
Yeah,
you know
Shaq Fu.
Chaos in the Windy City.
Yeah, Charles Barkley, Shut Up and Jam. I used to love that game, man, back in the day. There was more. There was quite a few more games from different players too. I think there was even a Bill Laimbeer friggin' basketball game for crying out loud.
Yep. Bill Laimbeer Combat Basketball for the Super NES.
That's it. There we go. You said it.
Which
would
really
never
had
get
nothing to
into
do
that.
with Bill Laimbeer. They just put his name on it
Yeah.
and took some pictures of him wearing some goofy Tron outfit.
100%. There was Scottie Pippen's. Do you remember Scottie Pippen's basketball? It was a basketball game, but it was on Sega CD, and it was in full motion video. It was sucked though.
Yeah, I kind of do.
You'll know it if you saw it.
Would you say Tyrese Halliburton is more like a Scottie Pippen then?
You know what? As players, you could say
as far as
similar.
visibility, like, because everybody knew Scottie Pippen because of the Bulls and Michael
Right.
Jordan, but not necessarily like the star.
Yeah, but everyone knew Pippen though, man, from all corners of the globe. I feel, you know what I mean. He even had his own shoe. But then again, they weren't called the Pippins, but unofficially they would, people would call them that. Like, do you remember the old Air Max, the Nike Air Maxes with it says Air on the side in big writing?
I mean, I maybe have seen it, but I'm not going to know because.
Saturday, June 7th, will Worlds collide at Kia Fort.
Like, Halliburton's got nothing. Like, really. Like, he's the best pacer, though. Don't get me wrong. Best player on the Pacers. But he's got that personality, bro. That's why this Pippen comparison is actually a good one. Because in many ways, they're similar players. They've got a similar sort of personality, too, in my opinion. Like, they're just very unassuming. You know what I mean?
Have been my whole life.
Yeah, I'm so out of touch with basketball.
Yeah, look, I love basketball, always have, and that's why I'll always keep tabs on it. But if you watch it now, man, it's all one way the same shit. Like, you know what I mean? Everyone, if you can't shoot a 3-ball, forget it. You're not making the NBA unless you're a freak of talent like Giannis Antetokounmpo, who's one of the very few players that plays straight up in the lane. You know what I mean? Like, and dunks on motherfuckers. But he's got a lot of strength and explosiveness to him. Those players are very rare though now.
Hey, Kyrie's a Pirate again.
Oh, she's too. What the fuck? What's happened there? Why? Yeah.
Oh, damage control's pretty much done.
Yeah, fuck that. No one ever wanted that anyway. Get to the pirate. Get to the pirating.
I've got her autograph card actually, Corey Saints.
You fucking Mark.
I bought that dirt cheap, man. From a.
You see how she brushed Zoe off? Move, please.
Apparently,
I'm
if I
over.
remember correctly. Didn't Liz say Zoe gets injured in this match?
Well, she did, but she was also talking about how Kyrie's a pirate.
Oh,
She let that go during the impact attack.
she gained a few pounds, Zoe. She looks kind of better.
As we saw earlier tonight, Pat, there are no count-out show disqualifications. In a triple threat match, Lyra Valkyria getting involved cost Becky Lynch an opportunity to advance. Roxanne Perez defeating Italian Vaughn. And now on the way. Joey Stark goes right up to Kyrie Sane, and Rhea Ripley now gets involved. This will be a physical one, I guarantee you. It certainly will. And Zoe Stark now. I think that by Stark did it.
Rhea was like, "Don't hurt my princess."
Jeez, Rhea looks good here, man.
Yeah, it's my job.
Yeah.
What the fuck's her problem anyway? The way she's treating friggin' mommy.
Everybody have the same strategy. Let's come out and see if we can win this thing quick. Zoe has been in 2 Money in the Bank ladder matches in her career.
Then the brush.
Kyrie Sane, we're looking to qualify for their first. We talked earlier that only 100% of the time in a women's division, they capture the contract.
Scotty, you're a character, man. The comment.
Can you imagine being the tattoo artist where Rhea Ripley just comes into your shop and spreads her butt cheeks and says, "I want one here"?
I knew you were gonna say that. I don't know. Understand why she would fuck it out. I can't explain that, man.
Like, who's gonna see it ever anyway?
But
Buddy,
why would
that's
you do
it.
that? Well, clearly not just Buddy. Because ever since you pointed that out, I couldn't get my eyes off that after that because I'm like, fuck.
It was so
You're
weird.
right.
I thought it was a birthmark.
So did I at one stage, and then I realized, nah, that's got to be a tattoo. Because if that was a birthmark, that is the worst spot anyone could have a birthmark. I mean, that's just horrendous. Like me, oh yeah, she looks hurt. Me personally,
Missile drop kick. I believe Zoe may have gotten hurt. I believe she
yep.
hurt her knee. When she came off that top rope, Zoe's
no,
hurt.
yeah, no, that threw me off. I forget what I was gonna say.
Sean
That was
Bennett.
pretty bad.
See, and now
Zoe may have blown her knee out. The doctor now heading into the ring to check out Zoe. Zoe came off the top rope, tried to hit Kyrie Sane with that sniper-like drop kick.
see, this is where
Arms way, and Zoe hit hard, and now the official Sean Bennett is going to back off the competitors so the doctor can deal with Zoe's.
this is where we have a problem when you do these. You know, somebody now is really hurt. Okay, so first of all, your match goes out the window, and now you have to figure it out live.
Yeah,
Also-
ladies and gentlemen, the situation here in Greenville, South Carolina, is
Also, they have to just like, you know, in any other match when you're selling like you're hurt, the match just continues. But now, you know, you could be attacking anybody's leg and they're just selling it. But now that she hurt her leg for a shoot, now the doctor has to run in.
Yeah, no, it's-
Like,
why can't you just
obviously,
roll out?
everybody would just try to pin this person, right?
Yeah,
If they were hurt, and then yeah, but we can't do that.
Yeah,
But
man,
Zoe's
I mean,
like, Zoe's not from the old generation. The old
just gonna
generation,
say
as
that.
soon as they were hurt, she would have rolled out.
exactly.
Like, she just would have rolled out and took the focus off.
But now it's like I'm hurt. Like female or male, like, you know, help. I need help now. Like,
Yeah, but the other two,
a lot of. Sorry, Brandon.
and then the other two in the ring would be able to call it on the fly.
Yeah, but well, yeah, well, they have to now. Literally, I mean, they got to. Well, you know, all these spots, what they were going to do between the three of them is all out the window now. I'm sure these two could pull it off anyway, man.
Oh God! I just saw the drop kick. I don't know where you guys are at because I had to skip commercials again. But
Drop kick.
Kyrie comes out the top,
Oh, from the top rope.
Yeah, that's where I'm at right here.
and
yeah,
Rhea
so
drop
that's where
kicks
we're
her.
at. Oh yeah, I'm seeing it in slow mo right now. Oh,
At first, I thought she landed on her
bro.
neck, but she just took a normal face bump.
Yeah, but she's almost like a stab sort of drop kick, if you know what I mean, into Kyrie. You know what? It looks like it hurt her a little bit, dude, because they're wasting time here, man. Do you know what I mean? Like buying some time for Kyrie.
Ooh,
Now she's
Yeah.
walking the plank and oh God, sliding D. Yeah, Kyrie's shit still looks good.
Oh,
hang on, dog. Wants to be right back.
Okay.
was that Brandon's volume the whole time?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not broadcasting it.
Oh,
I'm on
shit.
it. It's coming through my headset, so only thing I can hear is his version of Raw.
Yeah, same. Yeah, like that's why it tripped me out.
But that lets me know where we're at if I need to.
I think we're both roughly around the same point anyway. I don't mind this match. It just feels a little reckless though, if you know what I mean, between the two of them. A little bit.
I think they're thrown off a bit by the situation.
They're doing all right though for the situation. I'll give them that.
But this is like the most focus that Kyrie's had in the entire WWE career, basically.
Good, she should, because
Even
I
if
guess
the WWE put the tag team belts on her, she still feels more over in this match than she ever did.
100%. Because she was playing second fiddle, man, even as tag champs to Io. You know what I mean?
Right.
And Asuka.
That's why I hope when Asuka comes back, they don't just immediately put them together. They should. It's not like they could never be a team just for a little bit, but I want them both to be singles because
Right.
the women's division needs a little depth on both shows. So
100.
instead of doing the Tony Garea, you're Japanese, you're Japanese.
The prick was from New Zealand too. Funny enough, fun fact. I know you guys will know that, but if anyone doesn't know, he wasn't even from the States, which is weird. And I bet you no one would know who Tony Garea was in New Zealand, bro. I'm telling you, man.
Really? He's not a national hero there?
I kid you not, no one has a clue about fucking Tony Garea, man. Like, put it that way. Only
I
the
thought when
the
people
bushwhackers-
from small countries make it in America, they get over. No?
Not Tony. The bushwhackers
sure?
definitely though. I'm telling you.
When was the
dude.
last time you asked around in New Zealand?
I know a lot of you people from New Zealand. Man, they all move here first of all, because you can move up. The thing that's cool between our countries, you don't need a passport or a friggin' you can permanently just move between countries. You know what I mean? And they all come here because you're gonna find work here compared to over there, obviously, because it's pretty small. New Zealand's only got like 2 million people, I think, if that, in the country. Plus, they used to be part of Australia anyway, initially, and then we let them go.
I'm happy more people are learning about Tyrese.
That's why they use a lot of New Zealanders, even in WWE. They've done it before. Do you guys remember, like, initially, like, the Bushwhackers in New Zealanders, right? Everyone knows that. But there was times where they introduced them from Australia as well. I don't know if you remember that.
Right.
Because
more
Zealand.
people have heard of him. Like, I don't
exactly. Exactly why. That's why.
I don't think so. I mean, I think if you heard of Australia, you've heard of New Zealand also.
100%.
That's the way I think.
I will say this: New Zealand is a much more beautiful country, dude, in terms of scenery. Do you know what I mean?
No, I don't, because I've never been there.
Well, what I'm saying, like, if you love mountains and like national parks-esque sort of look, New Zealand is a place to be. But it never gets hot. Also, a fun fact: they don't have snakes. No venomous snakes in New Zealand.
Oh,
Kid you not? Yeah, it's a fact.
nice plus.
Yeah, that's what I love about. They all fuck sheep, as Gam Wolf is pointing out. We call them sheep fuckers.
You go and challenge me, you ungrateful little man. I was born in the tempest. I am the son of thunder.
Guys, I hate to say this, and I'm jumping the gun. I'm going way too far ahead because I just am. But this feels eerily, almost exactly to a T to his AEW run. We see vignette after vignette, but no substance.
You listen to them.
Did you know what I mean? He's already been back for a few weeks.
I mean, there is no substance to Rusev. What substance would there even be? What substance was there ever? The only thing anybody ever talks about is the tank at WrestleMania. That's all they can think of when they talk about Rusev. Is so his entire worth is a tank one time in an entrance?
Well, it was a WrestleMania moment, pal.
Right, exactly. So I think he's got the same amount of substance he always had. But
that's true. Liz, you're right. You're right, absolutely. We lost the war to the emus. That's a fun fact. She's actually 100% spot on.
Make it pay because this is personal now.
I'm embarrassed now.
Show. It's about revenge and survival. Shanks versus Braun Breaker live on Netflix.
Hey, emus don't fuck around. As a matter of fact, Liz, go check out cassowaries. Those motherfuckers will fuck you up. Cassowaries, you don't want to fuck with them. No one's winning a war.
What's your story with Stepping Man figures?
They're part of the emu family, by the way. Sorry, Brandon.
Yeah, I saw videos of that on Twitter. Those motherfuckers will rip
Dude.
your head off.
Rip your head off. They get together too as a gang. They gang up, dude. If you get into their territory, I'm telling you, you're dead. They can literally rip a car apart. Like, that's how fucking they're psychos, man. Like, they're literally nutcases. Like, there's no bird that's as nuts as them. Yeah, they're vicious, man. They will kill you, like, in a heartbeat. And they're sneaky too and smart.
What is she doing here?
I think you guys just need a lot of swords.
Dude, no swords.
Because that neck is right out there.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Just
Formally introduce Roxanne Perez to the judgment.
they run like fucking headless fucking chickens too, sort of thing.
Because you know, I've been thinking about what Dom
I don't mind birds.
might
Wait,
need
what happened
some
there?
more
What did I miss?
numbers around here.
Wait till you see what Roxanne gives Dominic.
He's going to appreciate this. You have me, JD, and Carlito all covering your back. But Raquel and Liv have no one.
I still think we should talk to Liv, especially with all the judgment days.
No. Listen. She's not a member of the judgment day. You know, sometimes we need a little help around here. And in that case,
To the little donut box.
Oh no, man! And now
Those look like great. Those look like great value, by the way.
Ap-
She gave him the great value chicken nuggets.
Are they good?
Yeah, it would have been better if they were dinos, but good enough. And she gave Carlito a red apple. You notice that? Because he always has a green one.
Yeah, true.
See, it's these little details. Whoever's coming up with the little details, that's good. And
Who do you
then
think would do that? Like, you know, that's a good nod. Obviously,
I don't
but-
know.
Introduced. You've given
I
us-
would. My instinct would be to hope
Triple H.
that that's on the talent themselves.
Yeah, more than likely.
We'll hear about this.
It'd have to be. Surely. Like they know themselves best. So why not? Especially like even the red apple.
Hey, just
Gee,
announced, John
has to be
Cena,
Carlito,
Seth
man.
Rollins, Becky Lynch, Dominic Mysterio, and Alexa Bliss are headed to Fanatics Fest. Don't miss your chance to get up close and personal with your favorite WWE superstar.
I can't wait to see what the tickets are going to be like over here, like when they come to my neck of the woods. Because I'm just now real curious. If it's going to be like $1,000 for nosebleeds, fuck it. I'm not going. I'm not fucking flying over there because I need to know so I can plan.
You could do a
I don't know
fly
what
up.
the tickets are.
You could do a fly up. You get the cheap
Nah, I'm
cheap
not gonna
tickets the
risk
day of.
Nah, you know what, dude? Because they're doing them in arenas. They're not doing it in the stadium this time, which sucks because they're doing SmackDown on the Friday and then into the PLE Crown Jewel. Fuck, I hate that. Onto the Saturday and then Raw on Monday. And I'm gonna try if I go to go to at least maybe all three. I don't know. We'll see. But I need to know what the prices will be before I make my decision. Because even the plane ticket, I want to book it early so it's not as expensive. But until I know what the prices are, I can't really do shit.
You also need to be sure that Jay's gonna be there so that you can yeet along with everybody
No,
too.
no, no.
You wouldn't want to spend all that money and time if you weren't gonna get to yeet.
Three brothers, American made,
I'm not gonna yeet.
Someone handed him a child.
Yeah, well, I'm sure he'll do that, but he'll feel at home here. There's a lot of Samoans here, man. You know what I mean? They'll probably all come out of the woodwork. Oh, again a kid. You ain't kidding, huh? Someone threw him another kid. Literally, did you see that? They literally passed him the freaking kid. Fucking hell,
Of course, I
man.
saw it. I said it.
I know, but I hadn't seen that part yet. But just the way it was thrown to him, it was like, come on, man. If he feels like picking up the kid, and that kid looked a lot older too, for fuck's sake. God.
Yeah, it's not a baby, but
It's definitely not a baby.
that'll be next.
Well, he did it last week. He literally, oh God, look at that baby head.
I would trust Jay with my baby.
Nothing beats the best baby spot was with Montez Ford. There was nothing will ever beat that, man. That was brilliant because the kid was like almost a newborn, but it felt his energy. Do you know what I mean? Where the kid was happy, which is rare, man. Like when you pass a kid like that, usually they'll cry. Let alone bring him in an arena like that. Fuck that. I would never do that if I had a kid that young.
Couldn't get a
That's not the
sitter.
He couldn't
Does
get
that cost you a ticket? I bet in today's WWE it will.
Absolutely.
I'm sorry, that's $1,000 for that baby.
100%.
Yeah, and a
But that
$500
kid-
cover charge.
Yeah. Hey, you can't put a price on memories. Okay. This baby will be immortalized forever at this PLE, so
100%.
be sure to
100%. I mean, Vet, is he nothing but a fucking entrance too when you think about it?
Sunglasses.
Take the
That's
yeet
all you
away.
need.
Yeah, but take the yeet away. Just say, right? And he never came up with it, which is, you know, I'm just saying, would he still be as over as he is right now? And it's a perception thing, if you know what I mean, too. Like, I don't know if he really is that over. If you go
Well,
by merch
okay.
sales.
Okay, what time is it? As of right now, it is 8:48 p.m. Pacific time, 11:48 p.m. Eastern time, and in
1:48.
Australia, it is what? Is it
1:48
1:48
p.m.
a.m.
No, p.m.
p.m.? Okay. This is when Jimmy realized what the wrestling business was. Mark this down on your calendar. Jimmy realized what the wrestling business was. Hey, all this guy is
You're a
nothing but an
character.
entrance and a push and all this stuff. And if you take everything away from him, what do you have? You just literally named every star ever in the wrestling business, bro.
Nah, come on. Not every
If you
star.
take away Steve Austin's glass and everything, then he's the ringmaster. If you take away The Rock, all of his animal body parts and catchphrases and stuff like that, then yeah, it's like lobster's left testicle, monkey penis, like all this stuff that The Rock says.
Look, a
Yeah,
llama's
strudel.
anus.
Yeah, all that you take away all that, all he is Rocky Maivia.
Whoa.
Fucking duh. That's the whole point.
No, but I mean, literally, forget that. Look, I think The Rock has a lot of. Look, let's be real, all right? Back then, especially, I think he was going to get over regardless, right? And yeah, but
I'm not
catchphrases
asking you.
are
I'm not
different.
asking what you thought they could do. I'm telling you what happened. They decided to push The Rock. If they never pushed The Rock, if they never had him join the Nation, if they never had him do all the stuff that he did, he would just be fucking Rocky Maivia with the stupid haircut, and they would have released him. If Stone Cold Steve Austin had never been allowed to talk on TV, he would have just done jobs until he quit in 5 years.
No, you're right, and that's probably more.
Everybody
likely what
is
would
who
have
they
happened.
are because they are made to be that way. We started out the Impact Attack because Chris Winland asked us a question about what does it mean to be
Yeah, I saw
over,
that,
and
I
do
saw
guys
that.
like the Brooklyn Brawler, like, does he not deserve to be in the Hall of Fame or whatever?
I think he does. Absolutely
But-
does.
But that's what I mean. If they had pushed the Brooklyn Brawler into something, he would have been something. They didn't, so he wasn't.
You're
As
right,
far as like
okay.
star quality is
I know
concerned.
what you're saying.
So they
Basically-
decide who the stars are, and the people with the talent help make these guys. That's the whole thing.
You're right. I mean, shit. Take away Hulk Hogan's bandana. Oh God. Come on. Oh shit. Hogan's fucking done, man.
Yeah, was Terry Boulder gonna get over?
Remember that?
No, but I think that Sterling Golden guy might have though.
Sterling Golden?
God, that was even before that, wasn't it? Or was it the other way around?
I think that was his first one, Sterling Golden.
I think so, yeah. I could be wrong. But what was his name in fucking No Holds Barred again?
Rip.
That's it, Rip. Would
Oh,
he
yeah.
be over as Rip? Even though he's Hulk Hogan, exactly the same.
Yeah,
But,
he
you
was
know,
just Hulk Hogan being ripped. But that's the thing, like Hulk Hogan, even like you just look at Hulk Hogan and you're like, well, this guy looks like somebody. Regardless
Right.
where he is or what time period, he always looked
Yeah.
like somebody.
it's true.
But you know who else had a look and look like somebody? You remember?
Undertaker, Ultimate Warrior, like for example.
Well, yeah, exactly. What was Mean Mark? Where
Yeah,
was that going to
nothing,
go?
Nothing, nowhere. Exactly.
Where was,
WCW?
And no, I'm thinking of like some of like kind of like Hulk Hogan. If you look at if you want to look at a balding blonde guy, you know that guy Kevin Kelly that went on to become Nails, right? He was like, before he did the Nails gimmick, he had like a pretty bodybuilder type gimmick.
Crazy, man. That's
like
crazy.
what? But and nobody remembers him as that. I mean, Hulk Hogan could have ended up as that if nobody pushed him. So this is what I'm saying. Like, the whole wrestling business is a work and it's about pushes. So when you say Jey Uso, what is he if you take away everything away? Well, nobody's anything if you take everything away.
Yeah, no, you're right. And plus, it's not up to them per se to an extent. It is also, don't get me wrong, talent goes over in the end too. But like you said, at the end of the day, the freaking puppet masters are the ones that decide who's going to get over and who's not, really. Because like you said, Brooklyn Brawler, technically, if you put the machine behind him, he could have been something too, right? So you're right. It's just, it's bullshit. The whole business is really based off bullshit. Like,
and if you look at how, you know, Jey Uso's an interesting case in the sense that his popularity was born out of a long running storyline. Like, if he hadn't had the storyline of the bloodline, the people would not have got behind him because they perceived him to be as under Roman Reigns' thumb, so they were cheering for him to get out.
Right, exactly.
But Roman Reigns, before that, they were trying to push him, and the crowd was rejecting it. Because that's what happens when wrestling fans become too smart. They stop cheering about the people, and they start cheering the booking and the furniture.
Right.
They like tables, and they like the booking. So instead of getting behind the people, Roman Reigns was being rejected for a long time.
And he should have for a long time.
And he really wasn't, like, what you saw from Roman Reigns is not that different as a heel to a babyface in the ring. I mean, he still did the same moves and had the same matches or whatever, just with a slight, I'm a heel or I'm a babyface thing, but he still looks the same. He still did all the moves the same and everything like that. So again, if you're talking about, if we strip everything away from him, Roman Reigns was the same guy when they were booing Suffer and Succotash as he was when they were acknowledging him. He's still that same guy, but what changed around him was the presentation. So when Vince McMahon gave up and let Paul Heyman do it, he got over, right? So
Right.
even when you're pushing a guy, it's not guaranteed that the people are going to want to do what you want them to do.
No, I know that.
It has to be their choice. So that's why they chose Jey Uso. I mean, why would you choose one twin over another twin? It's just the story that they were telling at that time and how it all worked out.
You're right, man. It's true.
Think about Jey Uso having a
Yes, once again, I am a genius.
No, because like I said, the thing about you, even I already know all that. I know, technically I know all that, right? But you're good at simplifying shit, like, completely. Like, without having to, like, you know, like, for me, for example, when I try to explain something, sometimes I'll say too much when I could have kept it simple. Like, do you know what I'm trying to say? I could have just said one sentence instead of 10. That's what you're fucking great at doing. Do you know what I mean? As easy as it comes across for you, it's not that easy sometimes to, like, get it out in those amount of words.
Well, it's all about perspective.
Absolutely.
You have the wider perspective, you're able to look back farther and see farther ahead. If you're focusing on what's in front of you and only that, then all you see is Jey Uso all he is Yeet and an entrance. But if you take the whole picture into account, you can see how we got here, and it makes more sense.
I like the guy. I think he's got talent. Don't get me wrong, but, like,
Yeah, but not that much talent.
nah,
Compared to other people. It doesn't matter. It's his turn now.
So that's it. Again, it comes down to the bullshit. Like, the puppet masters. If they like him and they want to fucking do what they want to do, that's it.
See, and why? And you know, you have to think, like, well, why do the puppet masters want to push him? It's just because this is one of those situations where they saw something and decided to try running with it. So technically what you're seeing right now is this Jey Uso championship run. You're seeing them trying. They are trying. And right now it's going okay. They're trying it. It's still the try phase. And they're seeing how it goes. But like other people in the past, like they would not get the try. Or it would be the try would be forced on them. Like Bryan Danielson, right? Yes Movement. They didn't want to do it, but they had to do it. But imagine if they didn't, you know, give him such a weak run and weak booking and stuff. Or Rey Mysterio before that. Imagine if they actually wanted Rey Mysterio to be champion instead of just being like, oh, fine, we have to do it. Like, it could have been so much better. And I think that's the biggest difference between this regime and the Vince regime is that I think Triple H will be quicker to say, let's try it, because we can always change it. But
that's fair enough. I guess
Vince would be like, I don't get it, so we're not doing it. You know, and he missed out. And sometimes he might be right, but other times he's wrong. Like Rey Mysterio should have done way better than that. It should have been way better than that. And Bryan Danielson, same thing. It should have been way better than what it was. It shouldn't be begrudging. It shouldn't be spiteful. It shouldn't be, yeah, we'll do it, but we're going to bury him.
Yeah, but that's ego.
Yeah, well, why ego? Like, everybody always says, you know, people that don't know shit, that talk about wrestling, always say, oh, if Vince McMahon thought he could make money with somebody, he would do it. Bullshit. Bull fucking shit.
He doesn't give a shit, bro. Why would he give a shit? Like, do you know what I mean? Why would he give a shit? He clearly does it. Like, it's not even about money for him. If it was, then he would do things the right way. Do you know what I mean? Isn't the whole point of the business to listen to the fans in the first place, and that's how you sort of book around?
That's the whole point of any business,
right? So
when your customers tell you something, you have to be able to listen.
Right. Exactly.
Right.
But why have they rebelled so much against the fans, man? Now? I'm not saying now per se,
because Vince McMahon has a superiority complex, and he's not going to allow anybody to think that they know better than him.
Sad, dude.
Well, it doesn't matter now. But
exactly.
But I'm just saying that's the difference. Like, you wouldn't have seen Jey Uso with a belt if he was still in charge.
No chance.
So easily it's 240, 250.
Although he was getting kind of pushed when Vince was around, though, like towards the end. You know what I mean?
But I also think that's because of the hands-off approach that he got with the Bloodline. I assume that because Vince fumbled Roman so bad that he was just not allowed to have any, maybe just final say in the actual match decisions or whatever. But like, as far as Paul Heyman,
I could picture that too, because I could picture Paul going, no, Vince, just stay there. You know what I mean? Like, don't touch it.
Dig down deep. Carry the weight of the championship. Oh, Heyman, do it against the wall.
Have you seen his girlfriend lately or some shit? Like, he's gotten divorced from his wife, apparently. He's got some young chick that he's... How does this guy... He's always around real hot young women. I don't know if he's spoiling, giving them money and whatnot, but I don't know, man. His Heyman hustle page is kind of weird.
Well, as a guy that has no stranger to hot young women liking him, I definitely can understand that, but I can't speak to his motives.
Yeah, fire, pal.
It's better than fat old women, I guess.
Well, yeah, hey, I take my hat off to him. Absolutely. Whatever he's doing.
Well, I wonder who they want to come out.
Is that Seth Rollins dressed normally? He's wearing a Canadian tuxedo, though. That is the most normal friggin'
ding dong
look I've ever seen.
Hate bots here.
Paul and Brony bit of spray tans.
Now the beneficiary Well, Paul Heyman suckered in Jey Uso. Rollins was able to attack. Oh, well, Jey Uso says,
Oh yeah, she did.
I thought you all, but the problem is it's 2-on-1 now.
Do you guys feel like Zayn is gonna turn and join friggin' Rollins and Heyman in the end? No?
No.
Doesn't give a damn about Jay's title events on Saturday.
Also, it'd be really hard to justify now as he's standing there putting knuckles right in Seth's face.
Yeah, not
Maybe
right
I'm a little
now.
ahead again.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, I think you are.
I know I was punching you right in the eye with my fist, but it was all a ruse. Yeah, no, I
But
don't
they
think it's
do
going to
that
work.
shit. They do that shit. How many times do they do that crap?
I mean, not that much anymore, but
Yeah, back in the day, they did definitely. Even during the Attitude Era days and shit, they would do that crap.
It
yeah.
wasn't. Oh,
Go
sorry.
ahead, Brandon.
Yeah, not full Sid Vicious, but like probably like blew her knee out or something.
Zoe, what happened was she her foot skidded in the canvas when she tried to do something. Like if you guys have seen, wasn't it Rob Van Dam who hurt himself doing a baseball slide like that?
Slide.
Because the canvas and his boots caught, so it ended up catching like because that's the thing. The canvas is designed so you don't slip on it. You know, that's what it's there for.
But it would be
that's
like
why
burns, right?
That's why I don't. Yeah, it's because it's canvas. Like it definitely
Yeah,
is.
that's
It's
what I'm
woven
asking.
and you can get burns on it. But like, it definitely. I don't understand some of the people that use that vinyl canvas. Like if you've seen that on some like
yuck.
indie shows
Yeah,
or whatever,
that's
like
gross.
Ring of Honor back in the day.
Oh, those
Yeah,
suck.
and you can see
Have
the
you been on those,
creases and
Brandon?
shit.
I never been on one. It's bad, right?
Oh yeah.
If it's
Yes.
wet, it would be
Why do they
fucking
even
bad.
do it? Why do they even do that? Why is that even an option? Vinyl.
Plus, you can see the creases, man, as well, like clearly.
Yeah, it just sucks. But anyways, the idea of canvas is that it's non-skid so that things like that don't happen. But the problem is, like with Zoe, when her foot would have slid, it stops. So their foot stops, but her leg keeps going, and that's
Wow.
what fucked her knee up. It was a simple thing that like 99 times out of 100 would never happen, but this was the 100th time.
Now I would understand why you wouldn't wear actual trainers in a ring, technically, because of the grip. That would be a lot worse in many ways. You would hurt yourself a lot more
Well,
likely with running shoes, right?
I mean, you would just avoid movements that would cause that.
Okay.
But like, I don't know. I forget what Zoe wears. I don't remember if she wears like wrestling shoes with kick pads or if she wears wrestling boots. But
Yeah, I'm not sure either. I haven't paid attention to that. Fuck, that went quick, man. It felt
one
like
of the vaudevillain guys do that to themselves. Maybe.
I can't remember if any of the VOD.
I know there wasn't it the vaudevillains that were in the ring
Enzo?
with Enzo and Cass when Enzo hit the bottom rope?
That.
Yeah, that was them. Yep.
That was nasty
Okay.
too. The way he did that, like that was so like he was a piece of shit for doing that, in my opinion. I remember I thought he was dead at first, man. I literally shat myself for Enzo at the time. I was like, fuck, is he all right? Like, you know?
Yeah, that was scary.
I like Enzo, man. I don't care what anyone says. I think the guy's money with his friggin' mic skills alone. You know what I mean? I hate I'd pop if they did. No shit. I'd be so happy, but Triple H apparently doesn't really like him, even though, funny enough, I thought he was a Triple H guy initially, but apparently Vince liked him more.
Where do you get that Triple H didn't like him? Did you hear that somewhere?
He said that. Yeah, no, he said it himself.
Triple H said it or Enzo said it?
No, Enzo said it.
Oh.
I think it was on the Stone Cold. I heard it on the Stone Cold podcast, actually, just after he got released.
Okay.
It was a few years ago now, but he says it. I mean, if you go and look at some interviews, he says it himself. Triple H has never come out publicly, though, and said anything like that.
Well, of course not. Triple H never come out and publicly said anything.
Well, yeah.
And he certainly wouldn't now because you definitely want to keep your business open.
Yeah, it just, I mean, not even AEW, even like I would say bring him back with Cass or whatever you want to call him these days, Big Bill. But I can't stand Janela Hatebot. But his bang game with the women though, I mean, fuck. Got to give him respect for that, right? I mean, shit.
Wait a minute, Enzo banged Joey Janela? I didn't know that.
No.
That's
I
gross.
think he's talking about the women because he was banging Liv Morgan, for example. Someone mentioned. Oh no, it was Hatebot that said it. But Janela though upgrades every fucking time. I don't understand how he does that. Like, you know what I mean?
That
He
guy's
goes
gross.
through every single one. Isn't that fucking
I'm sorry.
If
Who
he-
could see that and want
dude?
anything?
If
to...
he's that good at picking up women, then why doesn't he have charisma in the ring? Like, you'd think he'd be friggin'. I'd love to see what he's doing, like out of just curiosity, like how and why. Like, why do women all fall like to his feet? I don't get it.
Yeah, I can't. Well, we're not going to get any help from Liz because I know she probably thinks he's disgusting. So
No, she does. I remember her saying like before, yeah, Liz, if you're still here, man, what the fuck? And it can't be his dong. I don't give a fuck. All right, can't be just that.
So I was watching the injury again. It looks, well, first of all, she is wearing wrestling boots. And
Okay.
second of all, it looks like she tried to do like a jumping super kick and her plant leg folded.
Ooh, that's unfortunate too.
But
There you go.
the way the way the camera shows it, and they're not going to show a replay from a different angle, but the way the camera shows it, the camera's focused on Kyrie so that they can get the shot of her
Right.
running into it, and they
Exactly.
switch at the last second. So I couldn't see what she was doing, but she may have been like jumping off of something.
Liz, you're a character, Liz. 90% of women
Yeah,
are
I mean,
banging
come
to-
on. He can't be. There's no way that guy's good at anything. You know, like he'd probably be
Dude.
terrible at everything. Like,
Dude, I hate to say it, right? No disrespect, but he's not even mentally fucking 100% either, really. With all the shit that he's gone through. I think it's the same. Oh, yeah. That's unfortunate. I think her chance was now, too, like, for her to stay with WWE. They're going to release her anyway, dude. Now, especially with her knee. I can see her being part of the next sort of round of releases. I dare say even the War Raiders or whatever you want to call them would be part of that, too.
well, they'll give her the rehab and they'll give her the comeback and
Oh,
then
yeah.
they'll give her the 2 weeks later.
That's what they did with Indy, pretty much. I mean, do you remember
Yeah.
when Indy, like, she was on Raw the last
I mean,
time,
it's,
but already
it is
released?
the least they could do because you got hurt on the job.
Right.
So, like, okay, at least give them that before you send them on their merry way, I think.
Well, did you hear about Braun Strowman, actually, guys? I don't know if you guys heard, right? But you know how he's been released, for example, right? Well,
Who?
now he's signed a Braun Strowman.
Braun
Now he
Strowman,
got
okay.
released. Well, now he signed a contract, another contract with WWE to do television. He's going to go around the world eating different cuisines. I've seen this by celebrities a million times.
Yeah, but that's something that, can we get rid of it? Not yet.
She's,
We'll pass her off to TNA. That's the kind of thing that those things don't just happen overnight. It's not like they gave Braun Strowman that TV show the minute he got released. They already had planned to do that. That's probably why.
the way
he's-
podcasts are talking about it, it's like that's what happened. It's like that's how I found
That's
out.
because they're marks who don't understand how the entertainment business works. It takes a long time before you get to the finalization phase of like, oh yes, this show is going to happen. So this was probably talked months ago.
Right.
Worked out a deal and signed stuff months ago that they can go into pre-production and do all this stuff, and then they release him because they're like, well, you're going to be doing this thing still, but we don't need you anymore in WWE, so go ahead and do this and then you're done. I don't think it's not like he just was like, the minute he gets released he gets a TV show. It doesn't work like that.
See, again, you speak logic. No one says that shit. No one actually says that while
No,
they announcing it.
because wrestling marks only know what wrestling says. They don't understand how the real world works. They don't even understand how the wrestling world works. They certainly don't understand how the entertainment world works. You
100%.
think things just happen like,
Yeah,
hey,
no,
I'm just
you're
getting
right.
a TV show today. I'm getting that. No, bro, it doesn't work like that. You know, if you're hearing about it, it's been in the works for a long time.
100%. What's those sirens, by the way, man?
That's what
That's
the
the
tornado
dog.
sirens.
Oh,
What?
I thought it was your dog whining.
Nah, man. Are they really tornado sirens?
Yeah.
Well, do you have a cellar that you can get into?
Shit.
We'll be all right.
That's fucking crazy, bro. Can I ask, man, because I'm just curious, right? Because we don't have that shit here, right? Because we don't get tornadoes, obviously. But is that just, are those sirens just out in the streets or like?
No, they're set up like in various areas around the county.
Interesting. That is so horrifying, that sound. I agree with Liz, man. It's just, it reminds me of World War II or some shit. Like, do you know what I mean? It just doesn't, gives me like bad vibes.
All right.
You too, Liz? You get the sirens as well? Oh, you're in Ohio too, so that's right in the middle of tornado country.
Tornado tip for everybody that's in the path of destruction: be sure to open up all your windows and everything that you can.
Really?
Because the way the air pressure works with the tornadoes is the houses expand the air from the inside and they explode.
Really? Interesting.
Yes. So if you open the windows, it releases the pressure and there's less chance. It's not like you're guaranteed to be safe, but at least you won't get your house exploded, hopefully.
Shit.
So,
man, should you be worried, Brandon? Is it like serious? I mean, sirens are going off.
I mean, it's this.
Power went out before too, bro. I'd be worried now that I think about it. Fuck, that's fucked. You don't have that shit, right, Vet?
No, we don't get tornadoes here.
Fuck, man. I feel for you, Brandon. I don't know if I should be really worried for you or fucking, you know what I mean? Because that's something else, bro.
I've never seen one actually happen in touchdown life before.
Also, fuck. Well, that's. Do you hear the sirens usually? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, we've never had. It has. I've never actually seen it happen.
Okay. So when the sirens are going off, is there a good chance that, I know you said you hear it a lot, or you have in the past, but never actually seen, the tornado actually fucking like in sight?
Yep.
Is it usually pretty close for the sirens to be going off?
I think it's where's one in the area, or like, or the formation of like funnel clouds or something like that.
Shit, man. And the fact that it's late where you're at and that's going off, god damn. No, we don't get that. Where I am, look, Australia gets cyclones and shit, right? But what? Oh yeah, I don't blame you, Liz. I mean, shit. She said I have tornado PTSD after having one go by. Wow, I was in my basement and the tornado went right by my house. Fuck. See, here where I am, I'm lucky. Like Melbourne, for some reason, where we're at, we don't get the weather from up north. Like there's a lot of cyclones that happen here. And what's the other one, man? Because all cyclones, tornadoes, they're all similar. But
a cyclone is just another name for tornado. It's not different.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Even hurricane is pretty much similar as well.
Yeah, hurricanes are a different thing because of the size of the storm. They cover a much larger area. And
it's interesting.
And the wind speeds are much faster than a tornado.
So is hurricane the worst of them all? Like, is that the one?
Generally, yes.
Okay.
But then, yeah, a cyclone is just another word for tornado. They're the same thing. And water spouts are like when a tornado touches water. So have you seen those in the like in the ocean? You see those like big ass. I've seen that. And all it is because it's sucking up water, so it's
That's crazy, man. That would give me PTSD too, man. If I was hearing those sirens, man, like all the time, like I thought it was the dog too. I'm not gonna lie at first, And then when Liz mentioned it, I'm like, you know what? That does fucking sound like sirens, man. Sharknado.
Yeah, that's how a Sharknado happens. That's when the water spout picks up all the sharks.
Damn, man. That's scary, man. I'm not gonna lie. That's fucking crazy, man. Liz saying it depends on the EF5 tornado. Can cause more damage than a low-grade hurricane.
Yeah, F5 grade tornadoes are, that's how they measure the category.
Yeah, and cyclones are usually named by like what was that? Was that thunderstorms?
Yeah, that's lightning. Junior, go lay down,
Holy
buddy.
shit, Brandon. The dog, yeah. Look out for the dog, man. Because I remember my dog used to absolutely shit itself when.
Oh, he wants out of my room 1 second.
Damn, man. Sounds pretty hectic over there where Brandon's at. Shit. And he doesn't even blink an eye to it, really.
I mean,
which
what
is
can
impressive. Well, that's true. There's nothing you can do, really.
All right, I'm back.
You seem so like I was just saying to the vet, like how nonchalant you kind of are too about it. You know what I mean? I'm sure you're used to it.
Yeah, I've been through my fair share of sirens and warnings.
Damn, man. It's been an active season already. We had a cyclone in Australia like a couple months ago, pretty bad, but it affected up north. There was a warning, but it never really got close to where I'm at. But I'm lucky where I'm situated in Australia, man. For some reason, like everywhere else gets affected more so than where I'm at, especially on the East Coast. We're kind of the only one that doesn't really get affected, whereas everyone else kind of does, which is weird.
Well, it's been a pleasure, gentlemen.
True,
But,
we're done with the watch-along, true.
I'm out of here. Everybody, be safe out there. Do what you can.
Yeah, hopefully the power doesn't go out again.
Yep.
Fuck, it's crazy.
So,
Vet, are you going on? Are you doing anything on streaming today or nah?
No, not right now. No.
You going to bed?
Yeah, I might fall asleep again. I'm not sure. So we'll see.
Yeah.
All right.
All right,
Goodbye,
then.
everyone. Goodbye, chat. Goodbye, guys.
Peace out, Vet. I'll see you Sunday.
See you Sunday, if not sooner. See you.
Oh, yeah, true.
Later,
That's
guys.
true. Peace. Brandon, what are you doing, dude? I mean, if you want to stay around, I'm cool with talking to you if you want to, but it's up to you, man.
No, I actually really need to head to bed.
Yeah, be careful though, please. Like that worries me, bro. I'm not gonna lie. That tripped me out, man. When I heard the sirens, I was like, fuck, that's crazy, man. So take care, man. But look out for your dog, especially because you know how dogs get.
Definitely, yeah. He's
Do me a favor, shoot me a text, man, when you freaking wake up and tell me that. I know you do every day for the watch-alongs, but just let me know that you're all right, man, and everything was cool. I'd really appreciate that, man, because I'm worried about you, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
appreciate that, man. Thank you. I'll remember to send you a text in the morning or when I wake up.
Please, man, don't forget, because if you don't, then you're gonna freak me out. I'm gonna be like, hey, man, is he all right or what? I'll end up hitting you up. But yeah, take care, man, and just be safe.
Hey, man.
All right, Brandon, and peace out to the chat as well. And Liz, since you're in the middle of tornado, areas too, man, look out and take care. And everybody else that's in that sort of situation, stay safe. God, crazy. All right, Brandon, peace out, my bro.
Hey, man. Take care.
You too, bro. See y'all.
Later, guys. Have a great rest of your night.